Welcome to IB Math Center. This is question number 5, part A of the Algebra MYP Topical book series. The answer to this question is negative square root 5, 3 square root 5, and 4 square root 5. The detailed solution is visible on your screen. Feel free to pause it. And for those who are here to understand the solution, let's begin. So what is happening in this question? The question says the table below shows an example of a completed addition grid. So let's try and decipher this addition grid. We've got numbers here 3, 10, and we've got numbers here 4 and 5. So what is happening here? The number here is the sum of these two numbers. 3 plus 4 is 7. Likewise, the number 8 is the sum of 3 and 5. So by now it should be clear that 14 will be the sum of 10 and 4. And likewise 15 is the sum of 10 and 5. So the number here is the sum of square root 20 and square root 5. Let's try and add square root 20 and square root 5. The key is to write down 20 as a multiple of 5. Why? Just wait and see. So we know that 20 can be written as 4 times 5. The reason for breaking down 20 into its multiple, which is 4 times 5 equals to 20, is that we can break down the square root into two parts if there is a multiplication or a division sign. I repeat myself, if there's a multiplication or a division sign, then the square roots can be split. Had there been a positive or negative sign, you can't do that. If you'd like to understand the reason why, feel free to let us know. Write to us on our email or drop a comment and we'll get back to you. So we can write square root 4 times 5 as square root 4 times square root 5, and then this positive square root 5 remains as it is. Now we know that square root 4 is 2 because 2 square is 4. So square root of 4 is 2. So what do we have now? We've got 2 square root 5s and a square root 5. When there's no number here, it is implied that the number is 1. Okay. So what is the sum of 2 square root 5s and 1 square root 5? That is 3 square root 5. So here we have our first answer, that square root 20 plus square root 5 is 3 square root 5. Now, what should be the number here that when added to square root 20, we know that square root 20 can be written as 2 square root 5, right? We can write square root 20 as 2 square root 5 because 20 is 4 times 5 and 4 times 5 can be written as square root 4 times square root 4 times 5 can be written as square root 4 times square root 5, and square root 4 is 2. So what should be the number here? That 2 square root 5 added to what is 1 square root 5. Let's write that down. 2 square root 5 plus what is 1 square root 5? Just take this to the other side. So this number is 1 square root 5 minus 2 square root 5, and 1 square root 5 minus 2 square root 5 is minus 1 square root 5. That can also be written as just negative square root 5. So the number here is negative square root 5. We're left with 1. This is going to be the sum of square root 45 and square root 5. So square root 45 added to square root 5. Again, we're going to try and write down 45 as a multiple of 5, and we know that's 9 times 5. Continuing with the same logic, we can split it into square root 9 times square root 5 plus square root 5, and then square root 9 is 3. So now we have 3 square root 5 and 1 square root 5 together. This makes up 4 square root 5. So this is 4 square root 5. See you next time.